We are not alone. A sensational claim by a journalist has got the world talking about, yes, aliens, UFOs. Questions are being asked, are there signs of life beyond what we know? Are all conspiracy theories? Well, we'll have an expert try and answer these questions in a bit, but first take a look at this report.
A stunning revelation. Alleged alien bodies unveiled. Presented during a congressional hearing in Mexico, sparking global debate. Are we not alone in this universe? The corpses resembling a humanoid body form were brought by Jaime Maussan, a controversial Mexican journalist and researcher who reported finding them in Peru in 2017.
It's the queen of all evidence. If the DNA is showing us that they are not human beings and that there is nothing that looks like this in the world, we should take it as such. They are non-human beings. We don't want to call them extraterrestrials because we don't know.
However, these claims have not been verified by independent experts, and many are skeptical about their authenticity. Maussan has a history of making false claims of alien discoveries, which have been debunked by scientific investigations.
Recognizing the need for action and answers, I founded Americans for Safe Aerospace. We believe that UAP represent an urgent priority for both aerospace safety and scientific inquiry. Our focus is on improving public education of UAP, breaking stigma, and working towards better transparency and disclosure.
I have always been a great believer in modern science and serious, robust evidence. I think it's honestly a joke that these kind of shows are held in Congress, where discussions should be based on science and seriousness.
If the bodies were indeed alien, many questions arise about their origin, purpose and fate. How did they get to Earth? Were they part of a larger civilization or a lone expedition? Did they interact with humans or other life forms? These questions will require further investigation and cooperation among scientists, governments and international organizations. However, such revelations would challenge our assumptions and expectations about life and reality. The discovery of aliens would be a paradigm shift that would require us to rethink our knowledge, ethics and spirituality. If indeed proven true, in all, a momentous event that would change our world forever. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
The truth is out there. While Mexico is busy with aliens, NASA is looking at UFOs. The American agency is releasing a report on unidentified anomalous phenomena, commonly known as UFOs. The American Space Agency says that understanding them is important. NASA brought the panel of 16 experts together in 2022 to examine data related to UFOs. And if you want the answer in yes or no, whether there are UFOs for real or not, well, the agency in a press conference says that it is not a closure, but rather a roadmap of sorts on what possible data could be collected in the future. The release of the UFO report by NASA's independent team coincides with a renewed public interest in UFOs. Lawmakers from both parties are putting pressure on the federal government and the military to disclose more information regarding their knowledge on the subject. NASA says that till now they have found nothing to link UFOs to any aliens, asserting that most of the sightings could be easily explained rationally. It's a fascinating subject indeed, and for more on this, we are now being joined by Robert Powell. He's the Executive Board Member of the Scientific Coalition for UAP Studies from Austin, Texas. And for our viewers, our guest represents an organization whose purpose is the scientific study of unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. Robert, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
A sensational claim has got the world talking. Some are excited, some are scared. A Mexican journalist says we are not alone. Given your study and experience, what do you think?
The Mexican, what was presented in Mexico, we believe is not valid evidence. If that was true, they should have gotten DNA information and provided that in a scientific forum, and that has not been done.
Right, absolutely. I mean, now these alleged remains of non-human beings, as they are being called, what could they be if not aliens? I think that's what everybody's wondering.
What I've read is they are actually various animal parts that have been put together.
But there's no dearth of conspiracy theories surrounding extraterrestrial life. Is there enough evidence to say that we are not alone?
I think there is enough evidence to say that we're not alone. The key parts of that evidence are very many times where we've been able to establish that objects have accelerated through our atmosphere at anywhere from 100 g-forces to 1,000 g-forces. And 1 g-force is what you and I feel as we sit in our chair. At 6 g-forces, we will pass out. And at 15 g-forces, most of your modern jets, the wings will be torn off of the aircraft. And these objects, we have calculated, have moved at between 100 and 1,000 g-forces of acceleration.
Right, just breaking down the science here, G-force, gravitational force. Are you saying when you're talking about these objects, you're talking about UFOs or unidentified flying objects? Now, the moment you say these terms, people, the layman links them to aliens. So I think it's very important to make that distinction.
Right, and we can't say what is in the craft, right? They could be robotic systems, they could be drone-type systems, they could have something inside them. There's no way for us to know, what is running the craft. However, we do know that that capability is not a capability that any nation state on Earth currently has.
Right. I must say that anyone who's interested in this subject will be really keen to know what you think about this. Now, NASA did not find any evidence that UAP has an extraterrestrial origin. That was what was said moments ago at a press conference. But they have invited more citizens to come forward with sightings of any kind. Now, will this help or create more conspiracy theories?
Actually, they will need to be very careful in that, because the vast majority of sighting reports are misidentifications. So when you have this large amount of data coming in, you have to have an effective method of filtering out that data so that you concentrate on the more important sightings and not the 95, 99% of sightings that are explainable.
Right. Just a final question there, Robert. Very quickly, given your experience, is there enough evidence to suggest that aliens exist, yes or no?
I believe there's enough evidence, yes, to suggest that there is a non-terrestrial presence occasionally in our atmosphere.
Right, Robert. Thank you so much for saying that so well. Thanks for joining us on WION World is One.
Thank you.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.